hypothesis is that breathing exercises can induce an increase in DMT in the brain, causing the visionary experiences that many have claimed are very similar to psychedelics.
Could breath work affect the cerebrospinal fluid pulsations that affect the way that cerebrospinal fluid is generated? You know, it's a signal to the choroid plexus to produce more of a certain compound, possibly DMT.
While visionary experiences induced by breathing exercises have been reported for thousands of years, there's a man from Holland who has recently taken this concept to a whole new level. Wim Hof is a Dutchman who holds 26 Guinness World Records for superhuman feats that defied the science of its day. And his breath practice has transformed millions of lives across the world.
We now know through research that respirations are actually being shown to affect cerebrospinal fluid movement.
Letting go of the mind, follow the flow, pull the air, letting go, pull the air, letting go, pull the air.
After about 100 or 200 of these deep breaths is when I say, okay, and now pull the air, hold, and bring the cerebrospinal fluid to the head, and then suddenly the brainstem, the hippocampus, amygdala, epiphysis, it gets all so much blood flow, so much neural activity that it releases, that it opens up. It's amazing what happens. Human beings are capable of anything. That sounds mystical. And that is mystical because we have to learn to shut up and get into the depth of the brain where neurology meets the purpose of life. What is DMT and what is the significance of DMT in our lives? Visible, tangible, and usable. Because DMT is very important, only nobody knows. In the end, we are the alchemists, and we are able to metabolize our hormones into DMT too.
It's not that breathwork can produce an increase in endogenous DMT, but barely anyone believed humans could control their immune or autonomic nervous system until Wim proved it in a study published in the prestigious journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. And Wim was making those claims decades before the science caught up.
I am deeply interested into the DMT exploration through scientific validation, because it's there to create neural pathways into those areas thought of inaccessible, only done by exogenous intake of ayahuasca, DMT, and all those things. And from there, I began to experiment. I had no money. I had to do it with where I was. And I found a way, absolute doorway into the depth.
That's one of the big challenges of psychedelic research, I think, is to try to...
Nityananda Maha Sada Shivoham Om Nityananda Maha Sada Shivoham Om Nityananda Maha Sada Shivoham Om Nityananda Maha Sada Shivoham